Hello and welcome to the Wrestling Answers podcast video special. What? Yeah, as you can see, clearly we are here in colour, Technovision, whatever they used to call it. Yeah, we're here in person for the first time in how many episodes is it? 16. This is the 16th numbered episode.
Yeah.
19th overall episode, because of course we did the 2 WrestleMania episodes and the E3 special. So,
that intro was very out in 1960s. Now in technical, you can see like all the lights going off.
yes, yeah.
Like drum rolling.
Well, I was actually thinking about the Thunderbirds, because at the start of the Thunderbirds they would always say now in Technicolor. And, I mean, we're probably on a similar quality level to...
Oh, this is stop motion.
Yeah, this is actually stop motion. We're not really here. These are just very detailed clay animations of ourselves. But yeah,
They always say Jack is an odd man.
That's a good one. I'll give you that one. That is a good one. So yes, as you can see, I am joined in person by Joebot 22. And yeah, to be honest, there's not really anything special about today's episode other than we are doing it face-to-face contact.
Yeah. Don't worry, we've been COVID secure, everyone.
Yes, yeah, we don't have COVID.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I haven't taken a test in several weeks, but I feel fine.
I did because, I don't know, I'm weird.
Yeah.
Even though I've not been out the house. Or...
I was going to say, the only places that we've been are...
Well, we've been together anyway, so...
Yeah, exactly, yeah, because we went to work. But yeah, I think... Excuse me. I think we'll crack on with the show. So, our first topic, as always, is we are going to cover the latest WWE releases. Give it up for round 3, everybody. Yeah,
is it round 3?
It's the third round this year, because the first round, of course, we had a load of jobbers that nobody cared about. Second round, we had, I believe it was Braun, the Iconics, them lot. And then this round, to be completely honest with you, we've had a lot of jobbers for this one as well.
Yeah. There's only 2 really that I've even like cared about, but then again, not really.
Yeah.
So
well, yeah, there's not.
It's just much like 205 Live.
Yeah, to be honest, there are just a lot of 205 Live guys, but there's a lot of NXT guys in there as well. I think the only ones you could really stake a claim for that were like important people to WWE were Fandango and Tyler Breeze.
Yeah, I mean, they're the only ones really.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you really care that Araya Davari's been sacked, then
that is.
Either you like 205 Live or you're his mum. So, but yeah, so we'll just go through the list. First one was Killian Dane. Killian Dane, you might remember, was Insanity. He's a big fat lad with a lot of hair. Like, he's built like a fucking bear. He was on NXT UK, obviously he came up with Sanity to the main roster. That failed and he went back down to NXT. Started tagging with Drake Maverick at one point. He nearly became a main eventer in NXT, but didn't pan out for him. I feel sorry for the guy because he seems like a perfectly nice lad. I remember, I think he was the first WCPW champion, if you remember. What Culture Pro Wrestling, Big Damo, first man with the belt.
All I remember is Sandow. So.
Oh god, yeah, Sandow came out, didn't he?
How they book him, honestly. Like...
Well, to be fair, they got Kurt Angle. They got Kurt Angle, Drew McIntyre, and you're saying, How'd they get Damien Sander?
They must have put all their budget into them.
Yeah, and then they're stuck with fucking
Will Ospreay.
yeah, stuck with Will Ospreay. Yeah.
Fucking Grado.
Oh, mate, I love Grado.
I love Grado.
Better not be
I love his
slandering Grado.
entrance.
Oh, I'll tell you what, we came out. I think it was ICW Fear and Loathing. He comes out, the whole crowd singing Madonna. Whoa,
Like a prayer.
like a prayer. But yeah, next two releases, I'll be honest, I don't know them because they've just been in the cruiserweight division. Kurt Stallion and August Grey.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of them. Sorry, lads. I'm sure you're perfectly nice guys.
No, you're not. I'm not sorry.
Well,
oh god.
there you go.
I'm calling them out.
Well, if you wanted to
Tag
know
team match.
there you go. Joe's real opinion
Yeah.
on these absolute jobbers. Yeah, Kurt Stallion, August Grey. If you see me looking off to the right hand side or your left hand side, because I'm literally just looking at the list. Yeah, Kurt Stallion joined last year, sacked this year. And same with August Grey. What a shame. Oh well. Next up was Marina Shafir, who you might remember was in the Four Horsewomen in NXT. So there was Baszler, Rousley, Shafir, and Jessamine Duke.
Oh, this is the second Four Horsewomen.
Yeah. So what was supposed to happen was they were going to do the Four Horsewomen of WWE, was the Four Horsewomen of MMA.
Right.
And they gave all the MMA girls contracts back in 2018.
Okay.
Because they gave them to Shayna. They were going to give one to Ronda. They gave ones to Marina and Jessamine. I believe Jessamine Duke's already been sacked. I think she was in the first round of releases. So she's been out of the company for a while. But Shafir sort of just stuck around for a long time. I believe, I could be wrong here, but I think Marina Shafir is also the wife of Roderick Strong.
Okay.
So I think that might contribute to why she stuck around so long. Keep Roddy happy. But yeah, she didn't really do a lot. The most I remember her doing was getting involved in Shayna Baszler's matches, and then as soon as Shayna Baszler moved up to the main roster, she sort of disappeared off TV. She didn't really do a lot on NXT anyway. Like I say, most she really did was tag with Jessamine and I've forgotten her name now.
I've forgotten her name.
Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler.
I don't like Shayna Baszler.
Oh, I don't mind Shayna Baszler. I think she's a good wrestler. Terrible.
She's boring.
Yeah, terrible talker, but good wrestler.
I like my Miz's. I like my Zigglers.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, excuse me. I've got a bit of wind today. Next up were the Bollywood Boys. My favourite. Sunil and Samir Singh, who you might remember were the former managers of Jinder Mahal during his WWE Championship reign. Most memorable thing I can think of for them was one of them taking a horrendous looking back bump from a back suplex onto the announce desk from Randy Orton. Where he got him up and they like span in the air and they landed on the back of their neck and it.
Yeah, it's one of the moments where WWE always put it in their top 10 list. You know,
Yeah, it was because
because
Randy pulls a funny face afterwards.
Oh.
He goes like, ooh. Like, come on, man. But yeah, after that, I think they held the 24/7 championship a couple times. Well, I'm sure they probably did. Fucking everyone held it. But they had the 24/7 championship a couple times. They did things. I don't really know what they did after the 24/7 championship. To be honest, they sort of just disappeared into the NXT tag division. I'm assuming. Yeah, here you go. Yeah, they.
What they even?
Yeah, they tore. I think one of them tore their ACL and they were out for ages, and that stuck. Two of them on the sidelines. Exactly. It's like peanut butter and jelly. Now the bigger ones. Mr. Tyler Breeze. You know, I can't remember his theme song. Do you know what it goes?
No, it didn't have lyrics, did it? It was like flashing lights.
No,
And
no,
it's
he
like,
did. No, it did. It
no.
did have lyrics because he sang it. Because I remember. I think this was a trivia
Oh no,
question
it
I
wasn't
gave
like,
you once.
oh, I'm sexy. No, that's Shawn Michaels.
Something along those lines.
I'm
To be
dashing.
fair, something along those lines.
I'm gorgeous. That was it.
Yeah, there you go. Pretty much. He was just his character was just a big narcissist. Then obviously he joined the fashion police with the next man we're going to talk about. Where they actually won the NXT Tag Team Championships back in, I want to say, 2019, maybe? I think I've got that right. 2019, they won the Tag Team Championships after sort of just going back down to NXT in 2019 with, Finn Balor and a couple other people. They all went back down because main roster had nothing for them. So they went back down, became a tag team, won the tag belts. Everyone was happy. And then they lost them like the next week, and people were less happy. But yeah, I do feel like Breeze always sort of got the short end of the stick. Like, and Fandango, who obviously is the next person we're going to talk about. Fandango's been with the company a lot longer than Breeze, but it always felt like they never had anything proper to give them. Like, obviously you had the Fashion Files, which you might remember from when it first sort of became SmackDown Live, where it's like they were doing like a
I think so.
like a Twin Peaks kind of parody. Like they were like policemen. They were going around trying to find like who had the shitest outfit or something like that.
Goldust, always Goldust.
I think Goldust was involved. The Ascension were a big part of it as well.
Oh, they were awful.
Well, they were funny. They weren't good wrestlers, but they were funny.
No,
But yeah, like Tyler Breeze for the longest time on the main roster did nothing. Like when he debuted, he had a feud with Dolph Ziggler, which he lost, and then he just disappeared. Like he did nothing after
Didn't
that.
he have beef with Grimm's Toy Show?
Probably did.
Because Grimm's Toy Show called him Tyler Sneeze.
Oh!
What a roast. What a roast.
Tyler Breeze nuts.
To be fair, I want to see that now. Get him on GTS Wrestling.
To be fair, once his
Show.
no compete clause expires, he probably will.
Oh.
Either he'll do that, or he'll go do what Zack Ryder's doing, which is just wrestling the hardcore promotions, pretending to be John Moxley. Have you seen that clip?
Oh, I think
yes,
yeah.
He comes out in like a hood, pretends to be John Moxley, and he takes the hood off. He just gets booed
It's John Moxley.
He just gets booed out of the building because it's Zack fucking Ryder. Oh my lord,
That's great.
Ooh.
But yeah, we need to see Tyler Breeze versus Spider Dick.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, we do.
I saw that image on my phone, just a Spider Dick.
Yeah. But yeah, Fandango was obviously released at the exact same time. Obviously he made his debut WrestleMania 29 against Chris Jericho, which he won to the shock of literally everybody, because it was his first match in the company, and it was a decent match with Jericho as well, if I remember. Yeah, he beat Jericho on his debut and then did nothing for the better part of 3 years.
He became a meme. He was one of the meme wrestlers back in the day.
He was, yeah, sort of like... Win. Yeah, but it
didn't catch on.
Sort of the same thing as what happened with Zack Ryder, really. They both sort of just became punchline wrestlers, you know?
Yeah.
The company didn't see a huge amount in them, so they just used them as like, oh, we need to market this thing, right? Get them bad boys on it.
Get them on the WWE YouTube channel.
Mm.
Oh, there's a video out there. Have you ever seen it? It's like Fandango in at the WWE headquarters or something. And it's just this big fat man going through he's not really fat, but he's like going through his day-to-day life working at WWE headquarters.
And he just stops.
He's just doing like the Fandango bloody like... We'll play it over.
Watch you.
Whoa.
I won't. Whoa. Settle down, bucko. Jeez. I don't want to get copyright out here, Jesus.
Oh, they probably will.
I know they will. They copyrighted me for fucking David Flair. You think they're not going to copyright me for Fandango?
Well, it's not actually playing.
Well, it isn't now.
No, I mean like in the video.
Yeah,
in the WWE.
It's not playing in the video either.
I can sort of see the camera in the reflection of the door.
Yeah. So the next release was another bloke I've never heard of, and it's really strange because he's been with the company since 2015.
Oh.
His name is Arturo Ruas. Ring any bells? No, don't blame you. He made he made occasional appearances for NXT over the space of 5 years.
Great. I mean, I didn't even hear about like Mandy Rose until last year's.
What?
Well, I'm just saying. Like,
she made like her main roster debut like 5 years ago now.
I didn't hear of her. Didn't hear of her.
Oh, okay.
Well, to be honest, I didn't hear like Otis and Tucker until like last year.
I think they only got called up in 2019. Start 2019, something like that. But yeah, big fat fucking Otis.
He's me.
Was the Otis versus Ziggler match on WrestleMania 36? Because I know we've covered it on. I don't think it was on. No, it must have been. It wasn't on the WAP. It was on your podcast.
It was.
Like back in 2020, wasn't it? God, do not try and find that podcast. It is awful.
We had one good episode, me and you, and the rest was either me talking to my little sister, or me just going, yeah, the lockdown's pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty,
well, the thing is, right,
good.
our episode, you think our two-parter for WrestleMania 37, because we had to split it in two parts, you think that was long, because it was about 3.5 hours long in total, maybe less, right? The one with him was about 4 hours. Because we didn't know what we were doing. I just had like a really long. I just had like a really long list of notes, like multiple pages. Like, I think if you go back and listen, you can hear me having to like rustle through the pages to try and find the fucking matches we were talking about.
It would just be Russell.
Yeah, no, I'd be like Baron Corbin versus Elias, which I think we've spoken about on this one as well.
Yeah, we are.
Because I fucking hated it. It was awful. I'm not going to keep going on about it. But yes, talking of WrestleMania 36, it has nothing to do with that because his match was on WrestleMania 35. It's Tony Nese. He was the last, wasn't the last man, he was the next man. Released.
See, that name rings
Get it?
a bell,
Released? Neased? Real Neased? Anyone? Nope. Okay. Yeah, so he was released. One-time Cruiserweight Champion, of course. Won at WrestleMania 35 against Buddy Murphy. And yeah, he never really made it out of 205 Live, which I think is a damn shame, because he was a very good wrestler, and he had a good physique, good look, just had none of the mic skills or charisma needed to make it on the main roster. But then again, didn't stop Corbin.
Hey.
Yeah, have that, you fucking bull bastard. Next up was, as I earlier alluded to, Araya Davari. Yeah, he was just on 205 Live for 5 years straight. Did nothing. Like, I remember he had a feud with Tony Nese over the Cruiserweight Championship on, like, Money in the Bank 2019. Because I remember I watched it, was in the pre-show, and it was a good match. That's all I remember from his 5-year career. He was in the Cruiserweight Classic. He had a match with Nese. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. That's his 5-year career summed up. 205 Live. Yeah, to be fair though. After that, there was. It's the last release, or releases. Everrise.
Who? Sounds like a video game.
It does. Everrise were
sure it's not the E3 special again.
Everrise were a tag team made up of Chase Parker and Matt Martel. They were on NXT for 2 years after a lengthy independent career. I'm just reading what the article says at this point because I know very little about Everrise. I know they used to be called 3.0 before they joined NXT. And apparently they were very good. They won the Progress Tag Team Championships. They won the Evolve Tag Team Championship. You come up with a better name.
Easy. Parker and Mabel, whatever his name was.
Parker and Martel.
Martel.
You could call himself Rick Martel Jr. There's no relation to Rick Martel, but he could.
Ricky Martin. She bangs.
Well, I'm a Rick Martel, like the model Rick Martel. You know, from the 80s. Yeah, the big poofy. Okay. Well, that's all of our releases. Everrise was the last one's released.
But not Ricky Martin.
No, there's another one they left off the list because I saw this on Twitter from, I want to say, Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful.com. Tito Sabatelli. He's gone as well. Don't know who he is. No, I do know who he is. I've seen him before on NXT because there was a period where I used to watch NXT. You know, hour-long episodes. It used to be anyway. Hour-long episode.
Makes it easy viewing.
Easy viewing. Get home from school or something on the Thursday, because obviously it comes out Wednesday at like fucking midnight. Get home from school on the Thursday, crack that on. It's like an hour. Why not?
Fair enough.
And I can skip through the little ad breaks they have. So, yeah. NXT. Tino Sabatelli. I remember he had a couple squash matches. But he got squashed, not he was the one squashing. Because he's just a jobber.
Hey, me, Triple H, I'm gonna bury your career.
To be fair, I don't even think Triple H would have been booking that. It would have been like
William Regal.
Road Dogg. But yeah, that's it for our releases so far. But will there be more? Leave a comment down below if you think there'll be more releases. And tell us in individual comments. So don't put them in a list, but one comment for each. You know, more comments, better interactivity. Better for the algorithm.
Okay.
Yeah, so comment down below who you think is next on the chopping block. I think Dolph Ziggler.
Ooh. Okay.
And the reason I say that is because I don't like him. Simple, it's just a simple answer.
Your list is just like Ricochet, Nia Jax.
Well, I don't think Ricochet will get released.
No, they love him too much.
Well, to be fair, he's not doing a lot on television.
No,
At least as far as I know.
Probably broke some blokes. Probably broke something while doing like some flippy shit.
No, well, he's on main event.
Oh. Yeah, he's gone.
I'm sure there's some NXT ones that are going.
Oh, yeah. They're always...
Smelly jobbers I've never heard of.
They always have to get the one big name to...
Yeah, what WWE are is it's sort of like, if I put it in context, it's a bit like a football transfer window. You have one or two big transfers, and then you just bring in some fucking nobodies from like
18-year-old.
Yeah, you bring some 18-year-old from Hartlepool United who played like 20 minutes of senior football for about 10 grand, and then you sign fucking Ronaldo, which would be the equivalent of releasing. To be fair, that'd probably be the equivalent of releasing someone like fucking Randy Orton or something. Yeah, I think Edge is actually on a part-time contract. They can. No, he's still on a Legends contract. He's not on an active performance contract. Yeah, weird.
Is that, oh, we'll get you for a WWE show. We'll get you for the Stone Cold podcast.
Yeah.
Not as good as this podcast.
No, of course not. This is clearly...
Oh my god, crossover.
Leagues better than the Stone Cold podcast.
No, you listen here.
Son of a bitch.
The White Podcast. We'll call them out on Twitter tonight.
Yeah. DTA Steve.
Yeah.
That's what you used to say, innit? You're the rattlesnake, I'm the diamondback, mate. Oh, the shit, mate. Don't want to mess with me.
Yeah, you're the rattlesnake, I'm the dick and balls, bitch. Different kind of snake.
Trouser snake. Anyway, we'll move on to topic numero dos, which actually does sort of tie into the first one a little bit, which is why are WWE hiring writers that don't know the product? Now, I think we've spoken about this, not on the podcast, but we touched on this a little bit in like messages. It was me, you, and somebody else. I won't name them. Where they brought up the fact that somebody had been sacked. He was a writer for the company, and they went on a podcast right after and said that when they were hired, they knew fucking nothing about the product, and they barely knew anything while they were booking the show in the first place. Now, my question is, why would WWE do that? Why would you bring in someone who knows nothing about your product and get them to book your top feuds? Because from what I can remember from what she said she was booking Bobby Lashley's segment. Bobby Lashley is the WWE champion. Now, I'm not claiming to be a wrestling genius. You know, I'm not like Dave Meltzer. I'm not, you know... I mean, we know my opinion on Dave Meltzer anyway, but I'm not, you know, claiming to be any of that. But what I am saying is... Wouldn't it make more sense to just hire someone who knows what they're doing? Rather than some random woman who... You know, she's worked in television, but she's never worked in wrestling, and she knows nothing about your product, you know? It would be like if you got someone to direct the new season of The Mandalorian, who's never seen Star Wars, and their only experience in television is directing 7 episodes of Scrubs.
I would like that, though.
It'd be a bit weird.
Star Wars hospital. He's got a blaster wound. Oh, that goddamn Boba Fett.
I'm surprised they haven't done something like that. You know.
Disney book it.
There you go. Need help writing it? You know to come to. But yeah, so why do you think that they're doing this? Why do you think they're getting writers
they're
in?
Desperate.
They're desperate.
Well, who else are they going to get? Like, all the good writers have just... Like, they've just been used up. Like, they're all gone to, like, Futurama or something. I just...
The Futurama, yeah.
Best wrestling show out there. They probably have some guest appearance from, like, Shawn Michaels or something.
Well, I think sort of different to that. I do think a lot of them have gone to AEW and, you know, them lot. I think, because obviously Billy Gunn was a producer for WWE, Dean Malenko was a producer for WWE, a couple others as well, Arn Anderson. They were all producers for WWE, and then they've all jumped ship to AEW. And I think that's hurt WWE, especially losing a road agent like Malenko and a producer like Arn and a producer like Gunn, who pretty much were integral to the WWE's product, really, and they're just gone, and they're trying to fill gaps. But unfortunately, I don't think anyone wants to work for WWE, at least in the wrestling space at the minute, because, as we've said many times on the show, the product is shite. It's bad. And why would you want to be associated with something bad when you could be associated with something good, like AEW? AEW is considered...
Well, so people...
Yeah, well... We've made our opinions on AEW clear, right? I didn't like it. He's not watched it.
Well,
you've watched bits and bobs of it, but yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, I watched the first episode, like I've said. I didn't like it. Should I give it a second try? Yeah, probably. Will I? Maybe. If I'm really bored and there's nothing I can find else to watch, maybe I'll watch the latest episode. Who knows, right? And you can say, yeah, it's not fair if you do a wrestling podcast if you don't watch all the wrestling. Fuck off. Who cares? You know,
It's not even
we're not
anymore.
we're claiming to be fucking wrestling geniuses, right? We're not even 20 yet, the two of us. When we were born, the current WWE champion was probably Triple H.
Yeah.
Right, the world champion was Triple H, and thinking to when I was born, the current WWE champion, I was born on WrestleMania 19. The day I was
On the
born,
exact
WrestleMania 19, exact date, Sunday the 30th of March 2003. I was born on the exact same day. So the WWE champion on the day I was born, technically was Kurt Angle, became Brock Lesnar. So that gives you an idea of the time frame of our wrestling experience, right? I think I've said it before, I only really started watching wrestling properly in 2016, 2015. Because some of my earliest proper wrestling memories, obviously I remember I used to watch it occasionally years before then. His wrestling experience goes back a bit further than mine. My first proper experience with watching wrestling would have been 2014, 2015. Like, I remember I used to watch, like, John Cena's Open Challenge matches as the US champion. I remember watching Roman Reigns as WWE champion, and Sheamus cashing in on him at Survivor Series 2015. I remember that was when I was most interested, which, considering the quality of the product at the time, is really, really strange, because it was actually really shit. But I was still watching anyway.
I did like the Cena's Open Challenge. They should bring it out with another wrestler.
They did for a bit. I remember when Seth Rollins became Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, but Seth Rollins doesn't really work though.
He's a nerd, isn't it?
He's not the same.
He's a fucking mark.
Energy as Cena.
That's because Seth Rollins is a big fucking mark.
Yeah.
Cena is an established name.
Get someone like Kofi Kingston to do it. That'll be cool.
That's how you should do it.
Big E appears.
Big E.
That'll be good.
Big E Open Challenge, I'd be happy with.
And Intercontinental Championship, he's already in the picture.
Yeah, just take the belt off Apollo, who somehow still has the championship.
He could do like a world tour.
Well, to be fair, right?
Big E World Tour.
It's been how many months since WrestleMania? 3, yeah.
Yeah.
2. Yeah, it was 2 actually, because it was in the middle of April. So it's been 2 months. We've had a lot of episodes. Guess what match I did on SmackDown on Friday? Apollo versus Big E.
Why?
Money in the Bank.
Oh.
Money in the Bank qualifier.
Oh.
So they're not making Apollo defend his championship.
Where did he win?
I think he lost actually,
Okay.
but I don't think he's going to defend the championship. Because the only real challenger he's got still is Big E. Because if you remember in the WrestleMania podcast, we said, oh, this is a good way for Big E to get into the Universal title picture.
And we predicted it.
Well, we didn't know at the time that he was still going to be 2 months later in the exact same feud he was in before. But can't say I'm surprised.
Well, they did it last year, didn't they? Because they had Otis versus Ziggler for the Money in the Bank qualifiers, and it happened like the day after.
Yeah. Well, they do like to do that, don't they? They like to have rematches where they don't need to.
Didn't they do, like, back in 2013, it's like Bo Dallas versus Wade Barrett? They probably did. They probably
honestly,
did.
Well, to be fair, considering the quality of the people that they had back then, I think probably could have main evented Raw.
Yeah.
Like,
So
God knows Bryan's not getting in it.
Match.
So far, John Morrison, Big E, some other blokes. I don't know all of them off the top of my head. I think there's only 4 of the 6 slots have been filled so far.
Ricochet will be in.
Oh, he will.
You can see. He'll do some flippy shit off the ladder and.
Well, we're not reviewing Money in the Bank then. Tell you that for free.
Well, we didn't do Hell in a Cell.
That's true. I think we we talked about, was it Backlash? Yeah, WrestleMania Backlash. We very quickly went over what happened on it. I think we very quickly went over what happened on Hell in a Cell because I just said what the matches were and you said, "Oh, that sounds."
I was just like,
Yeah. Because one of them, I remember one of them was Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley, and you went, "Ugh."
yeah.
Don't blame you,
Oh,
because as we know,
the camera's just zoomed in. What have you done?
is it?
Yeah, it hasn't there. I swear. I
No,
swear.
I don't think it was.
It's my mind playing
Yeah,
tricks.
sorry, it was.
I could just see it. I swear it zoomed in.
Doesn't look like it has. I've got.
Alright.
Sorry, folks. I've got a live feed of the camera on my watch, just so I know if the recording
I've got
stops.
the reflection.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say: if the fun stops, stop. BeGambleAware.com.
I thought it was Betfair.
Well, BeGambleAware is the name of the cause. I think it's probably from a Betfred advert. BeGambleAware is they do it for all of the betting, so you get on like Sky Bet as well. Don't bet, kids. Don't invest in crypto either.
What we even talk about? Oh, booking.
Yeah, the bookers. Yeah, so I think I personally don't mind WWE getting someone from the outside in. However, I would expect that writer to, by the end of the time they're there, at least know what they're talking about. Because apparently this woman was there for a good few months, and when she did the podcast afterwards, she couldn't even get Bobby Lashley's name. Like, she called him like Bobby Ashley originally. Like, she didn't know whether it was Ashley or Lashley. And you'd think, considering she'd been booking him for a couple months at this point, and this is the main event of Raw, she's booking the main eventer of Raw. Listen, you should just be picking up what is happening and what people's names are, right? Because that's your job. Your job is to write the show and know what you're writing about, who you're writing about and stuff. Like, for example, if I was working for Hollyoaks, if I was writing for Hollyoaks, I would know, I would have, I would expect to know the characters that I'm writing. I wouldn't just say, "Oh yeah, that the ginger kid," or the black fella. Like.
But this is all Hollyoaks or rest. I'm confused.
No, this is Hollyoaks, not Rest.
Oh, okay.
But the ginger black fella could be Sheamus and Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
Well, see, she could be doing that. I don't know. She could be getting those mistakes wrong. But yeah,
Hollyoaks.
It's like I don't mind it. I just would expect them to have picked up on what they're actually doing at some point. Because otherwise, it's like you're not doing your job, are you? Just whatever. Anyway, we'll move on to our third segment, which is going to be addressing the future wrestling segment of the show.
This is where you, the viewers, come in.
Yes. So
especially all two of you.
Yes.
We did get a comment last week.
Last episode, 8 views.
Ooh.
We're picking up steam.
What have you been doing? You been putting drugs in the water or something?
It might be the thumbnail, because the thumbnail I've got Hell in a Cell, like a stock photo of an arrow going down. And people must have been like, oh, that is artistry, that is. I also put
It's like a mold
Undertale.
Oh, there we go then. Well, you got to like Jacksepticeye and like Markiplier just like kissing. But what?
No.
Or no, put Dream in it. Get all the Dream stands.
No.
Put like Tommy in it and Tubbo. Like.
No.
Yeah.
No, right. Yeah, so
Yeah.
addressing the future of the wrestling segment of the show. Yeah, if we're being honest here, what are we now? We're 16 episodes in, 16th episode. And being honest with ourselves, we've pretty much already come to the end of the stuff that we really do for the wrestling segment.
Yeah.
If we're being honest, the wrestling segments have been probably the weakest part of the show for a long time now, since we started introducing everything else part of the show. The wrestling segment has sort of felt a bit like, just get that out of the way and then we can talk about the stuff we actually want to.
I feel like the wrestling parts are longer.
Yeah, they're longer because, like, I think, well, like, I tried to make them longer because that's what the main part of the show is, you know? It's the Wrestling Answers podcast, not the Wrestling and Penis podcast.
That still has wrestling in it.
But, yeah.
I'll be on my OnlyFans.
Witty ass podcast.
There you go. Ooh.
Chris Witty ass.
Wet ass
Oh,
podcast.
put that fucking image in my head. Chris Witty's ass.
I feel like we ramble a bit more.
Yes, on the rest, I think we do, and I think it's because with the wrestling, there's less that we really have to say about it, but we try and fill the air with anything, really.
Yeah.
And I noticed it especially in the last couple of weeks where, you know, we've moved to 3 wrestling segments now, rather than, because obviously we started with, you know, the full thing being wrestling, it was like 7 or 8, depending on, I think we started with 8, and we moved down to 7.
The most we've done is like 17 because we did like 1 for each person who got released.
Yeah, that one, that lasted so fucking, like, we did like a whole for each one. I look back on that, that's probably the worst episode we've done.
It
was episode 4 or something.
I think I was just like walking around at one point.
Just like
yeah,
just come on, get to the point. Yeah, that you know.
So Robo Dallas.
Yeah, gotta hear all about fucking EC3 and what he's doing in Impact now.
Robo Dallas.
Yeah. But yeah, I think my problem with the wrestling segment is we don't have a lot to say, but we have to fill the time, and that causes a problem of the show just sort of loses focus completely, and I don't really want it to lose its focus. I think it's fine to ramble a little bit and sort of go a bit off-piste. And
I like the ramble. I think that's the best part.
I think, you know, when we're not really talking about the actual topics, usually that can be fine. But I think for the wrestling, it happens pretty much every segment. And like you say, as much as, you know, the rambling on bit is fine, I also think we're better to be sort of staying on topic.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want to just go like 20 minutes without even talking about the topic. Because I know we have done that before. I think it was we did like celebrity appearances in wrestling. We went on like a fucking 15-minute detour or something talking about Wayne Rooney.
Yeah.
But I just think the wrestling segments, we don't have enough topics now to do 3 a week.
I mean, look, today we did 2
Yeah, well, today we did 2 normal ones, and then we've done this 3rd one to talk about what's going to happen. Because there's just not enough to really come up with. Like, you know, I could just say 3 wrestlers' names for the 3 topics, and then we just talk about their careers, but that's just boring. Yeah. You know, I want to come up with questions like, you know, like I did just, like, why are WWE hiring writers that don't have the product? And, like, you know, Some simple answers. One could be make it more like normal television, something like that. And you know, questions like that, they have room for expanding upon. You know, come up with new ideas for it and stuff. And there's groundwork there to actually talk about. But if all you're talking about is a wrestler's career, pretty much you're just listing off the Wikipedia article.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
that's
what we have done in the past. Like that.
I did that.
Yes, yeah, and I think I did it for Brodus Clay as well. Like I literally just went on his Wikipedia page and then went through like what he did in his career and stuff.
Funk is on a roll.
Yeah. So it's like
high note.
Yeah, but it's not entertaining. Just talking about a wrestler's career, I think, and I also think, as I said, it's very hard to come up with these like question scenario things, like obviously the last one we just did, because other than just saying, what do you think is going to be the best match at so and so pay-per-view, we can't really give a good estimate of this because we don't watch the product actively. You know, we'll watch a pay-per-view every once in a while, maybe watch some Raw highlights, like some clips off YouTube. That's about it. So, what I'm thinking is we keep the WAP acronym.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to have to change all the like the thumbnail and brand and stuff of the show so far.
You don't have to do that.
No, I know, but I think what I'm going to do is, rather than we be called something like the Wrestling Answers Podcast, which is obviously our full name, I think maybe something like the Witty Answers Podcast, or
We do have to make the P podcast because I always say the WAP podcast.
yeah,
So
you do, yeah,
the Wrestling Answers podcast.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. Well, it's like, because obviously in like all the titles for it, I have it as the Wrestling Answers Podcast, like the full name of it, and then just in the thumbnail it just says the WAP.
Should we do a campaign? Should we let the audience decide best name?
Well,
that's how we come up with a name, like
my current thought,
Willy Bum.
where's
the big
Willy ass penis? Like,
yeah. Oh god.
My current idea for one is, it's boring, but it's just like Witty Answers Podcast, or maybe Witty Assholes Podcast, or something like that.
Welcoming answers.
Penis.
Yeah.
Yes. So essentially, what we're trying to say here is we're going to try and move away from the wrestling topics. We'll probably have one a week now rather than the 3, because like I say, it's just getting hard. I think, what was it you said? You said do 2 if there's like breaking news or something.
Yeah.
So like if
Wyatt.
Yeah, so if some, I was going to say if
something.
someone like really important left the company, or if John Cena said he was coming back for SummerSlam or something like that. Maybe we'll do a second.
Sorry, he's got a film coming.
Yeah, Fast and Furious 9 as well.
Oh yeah.
Apparently that's shite.
He's putting in work in Hollywood.
He is.
He's got the TV shows. For
what else was he in? Blockers, good film.
Blockers.
Yeah, film Blockers with John Cena.
He's currently filming Daddy's Home 3.
If you haven't seen Blockers, watch it.
Also, if you haven't seen Daddy's Home 2 or 1.
Maybe just watch the first one, the second one.
Actually don't, because Mark Wahlberg's.
Is he?
Oh, didn't he like beat up a child when he was like 17?
So?
Asshole.
Well,
So you'll say it's fine to beat up a child?
He's 17, maybe the kid fucking started on him. Mark Wahlberg's from Boston, mate. He could have come out with him with Shank.
he was like calling the as a black kid.
Okay.
I think.
Well, like 30 years ago, man. Just
Oh,
let
so,
it go.
I know he's changed, but he's still an ass.
Mel Gibson's the real asshole. Mel Gibson.
He was in that, yeah.
Mel Gibson was in, and he's literally a fucking anti-Semite. I think
Will
there's bigger problems. Will Ferrell's just a nice guy, to be fair.
Will Ferrell's. My dad loves Will Ferrell because he's a Portsmouth fan.
He is, isn't
And
he?
Will
Yeah.
Ferrell is
Also Portsmouth fan.
Also.
There you go. Factoid.
No, my dad just loves Eurovision.
The film, yeah.
I've still yet to watch that, actually.
I haven't watched it.
I really want to.
To be honest, I don't watch many films. Like yesterday, I watched the first film I'd watched in several months. What was that? Enemy of the State on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of films. Last film I watched was last week. I'll actually talk about it later. But I watched Luca on Disney, and that was very good.
Oh, I might watch that.
It
Yeah,
is
watch
really good.
Enemy of the State with Will Smith, Gene Hackman, John Voight, Jason Lee, not our friend Jason Lee. Who else? The woman who plays Skylar in Breaking Bad, which is Walter's wife. Who else was in it? There's loads of people in it. Jack Black's in it. What's his name? Seth Green is in it as well.
Oh my god!
So many people in it. So many people in
Dave from
Enemy of the State,
Chipmunks,
and it's just
Poe.
It's just an okay film. Just like a not really a spy thriller.
Disney Plus.
Yes, yeah. Well, I was just going through Disney Plus yesterday and I just saw it.
Jack Black plays like a fat technician.
You bang on that. He literally does.
Jason Lee plays like
for the NSA.
Jason Lee plays a dad.
He doesn't.
Oh.
The film's from '98, so.
Oh, younger Jason.
Yeah. Younger Jack Black as well. It would have been in his like 20s. I think it was.
Wait.
98. That would have been before.
Oh, 90.
No, that would have been before. Would have been after he was in I Know What You Did Last Summer.
True.
That's the first film I remember him being in.
Oh
well, we've sort of gone on a massive tangent.
The only thing I follow is Tenacious D, really.
Yeah. It would have been before Tenacious D.
Whenever someone like says, "Oh, that's Jack Black's band," I'm just like, I know. I love Tenacious D. I know. Well, I always say I hate people who gatekeep things.
Yeah, but
if you try to tell me that I'm not a fan of Tenacious D, I've got a signed copy of them, the book, so.
You paid a load for it, didn't you?
Yeah, I paid like 40 quid for it, and I waited like 6 months. But it's signed.
Okay.
Hey. Shows my love of Jack Black and Carl Gay.
Okay.
Speaking of music, our next segment.
Yes. I'm gonna have to try and remember which one they were now.
It's got me very angry last week. This segment. So.
Yeah.
He says it's easier.
It should be. However, I need to actually see if I can get a hold of my notes. Because that's where they are. No.
This is riveting content, everybody.
Yes, yeah. We're doing this. We're doing this on the fly. Yeah.
We just need a producer. I'll write your notes, boss.
Yeah, I think we might just got here.
We'll be there yelling at Tom Cruise, yelling at the guys in wearing that.
Right. Well, we'll come back to you when we've sorted our problem. We're back. We've got the problem sorted, and I now can do our fourth segment, top or flop, round 2. Now, obviously, last week you only got 7 out of a possible 33 points from songs that I personally thought were quite easy.
They can't.
I thought they were quite easy.
I asked my friends at college, and I was just like, "You're full of shit. No one's heard of it.
What number one? But since you tried it, everyone's heard it.
No one's heard.
All my family have. All your friends have heard of it. I've heard of it.
No.
Sure, Leighton's probably heard of it. Oh,
Oh, who cares? People
yeah,
say
who
his
cares?
name.
Yeah.
I say his name all the time.
Yeah. Well, we're not. I was gonna say we're not gonna expose his face, are we? Here's his address. No.
He lives out. He works.
Yeah, he works at this place. Go and mob him. Don't do that. Yeah. So when I sent it to you, I said there's probably only 2 songs you might. So I'm hoping.
It's gonna be all 10. Wait, is it? Yeah, it's 10.
There's 10. Yeah, 10 questions, but the last question double or nothing.
Yeah.
So to get the
AW.
to get the full marks for that, you have to get everything about it right, or you get nothing. So we'll start out with question 1, of course, because we're not going to start with question 6. Question 1. Your song title is "The One That Got Away."
I've heard of it. It didn't get number 1. It released in 2002, and it's by, I don't know, Pitbull.
Well, you'll get 1 mark for that.
Okay.
So that's 1 out of a possible 3.
What was that for?
The One That Got Away was released by Katy Perry in 2011 on the album California Girls. It peaked at number 18, so you get 1 mark for saying it didn't reach number 1, because it didn't. But The One That Got Away...
Now I'm hearing it. I'm hearing Katy Perry. I remember the Shane Dawson parody.
Yeah,
The One That Turned You Gay. Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Okay. Yeah.
Go look it up now.
Well, yeah.
Well, after this.
I'm not going to... Yeah, watch the whole podcast multiple times through.
And
leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe.
And click on another
and
video.
And then click on another... Yeah. Watch one of my other videos, and then go watch The One That Turned You Gay.
Just keep watching our videos.
Yeah, just put them on loop. Do whatever you want.
And then listen to it.
Yeah. So, song numero dos. Bit of Spanish. It's not a hint to the name of the song. Song number 2. Name is Chasing Pavements.
Ooh. It's Adele. 2010. And it did reach number 1.
You're actually only going to get 1 point.
No!
It was by Adele, Chasing Pavements, from her first studio album, Adele 19.
My sister loves that song.
It's a very good song, Chasing Pavements. I made up my mind. I'm doing my Creed voice. Yeah, Chasing Pavements by Adele, released in 2008.
Oh, that's very early.
It is. Well, see, the name of the album correlates with her age. And Rolling in the Deep was on Adele 23, which released in 2012. That's how you can do it.
So she was 19.
She was 19 when she made Chasing Pavements. Crazy. But no, it didn't hit number 1 either. It only got to number 2.
Let's get it to number 1 so I can get all these right.
Well, you don't get points for it getting to number 1 posthumously. Post-video. I'm not going to go back and change your number.
What?
Yeah. So there you go. You got 2 of a possible 6. To be fair, you're doing better than you did last week.
I'm doing better. So here we go.
So our next song.
Well, these 2 I've actually heard of.
Yeah.
So...
This song I would hope you've heard of, but I also wouldn't be too surprised if you haven't.
Okay.
Your third song title is "Rock Me Amadeus."
Oh.
I don't know. Rock Me.
Who sings it? So I can at least get a...
You'll sacrifice a point here.
Yeah.
Probably not the best question to ask, but it's Falco.
No. Just sacrifice. Like, I might as well guess. 1998. It didn't reach.
And you get 0 points from that. Rock Me Amadeus by Falco, released in 1985.
Who's heard of it?
And did hit number... Rock Me Amadeus. It's like the most famous German song of all time.
German.
It hit number 1 in the UK. It was there for like 4 weeks, you know.
What's it going
Rock
like?
Me Amadeus. There's a parody of it in The Simpsons. Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius. Planet of the Apes musical. Oh. Can't believe you don't know Rock Me. I would have thought you would have known Rock Me Amadeus. Everyone.
No,
My mum knows all the words to Rock Me Amadeus. Oh. This one. Okay, question 4. I'm sure you'll know the name of the song. And I'm sure you'll know the name of the artist. And maybe even the year. But I don't know if you'll get the correct full 3 points. Because at the minute you're on 2 of 9. Question number 4. Your title is Lego House.
Oh, Ed Sheeran. 2013? No, it'd be earlier. Would it be earlier? Oh, no, I'm gonna go 2013. At least that. And it did reach number 1.
Well, you get 1 point. Because it was Ed Sheeran. Because he's going to pick up the pieces, build a Lego house.
I remember.
If things go wrong, you can knock it down.
In 2013, I got the original Daily Bugle Lego set, and I was building.
You had it on in the background.
And then my sister was playing Lego House whilst I was building it.
Funny, witty,
very witty.
Yeah. So Lego House by Ed Sheeran, released in 2011, first studio album. I believe it was Plus.
Fucking hell, Ed, why can't you just wait?
And it didn't hit number 1. It peaked at number 5. Because I think from that album, the only number 1 it got was.
You know how Ed Sheeran's like on TikTok?
She's 18, stuck in her daydream. She's that way since 18. But see, I know all the words, man.
Yeah, so Ed Sheeran.
Only Ed Sheeran songs actually from that first album.
Well,
because after that, it gets worse. After that, it just gets.
They get more
poppy. I prefer like the older, like melancholy, like Lego House and
the more
the
indie sort of.
Yeah, the more indie sound. Yeah, much prefer that.
But no, so yeah, he's been on TikTok recently.
He has,
and I just keep confusing him for Calvin Dragon because he's been.
They are both ginger, aren't they?
He's been doing stuff with the Euros, in a football kit. I was just like, is that Calvin?
It's because he sponsors Ipswich Town. He's their shirt sponsor. That's because he's from Ipswich.
It's just like a divide.
I think it is actually. It's a symbol for his new album.
What mathematical symbol is next?
Well, he's done multiplication.
Yeah, he's done division.
He's done division.
Done plus?
Plus was his first album, and I think he's done minus. So he's
done minus.
He's get. Well,
fucking
he'll probably just do percentage symbol for the next one.
Oh god.
Yeah, get 100% of the profits. Yeah. So question number 5. Your song title is Relax.
Is that what? Relax, don't do it. Yeah, reach number 1 by.
I'm surprised you don't have this on your playlist.
By Chumbawamba. 2003.
You're 20 years off. You get 1 point for that. Relax by Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons.
I've heard of him, but I've heard of the song.
You've never heard the song Relax? Well, obviously you have, but you don't know it's Frankie Valli.
No,
Jesus Christ.
Here on the.
This man did GCSE music, by the way. I didn't, right? And I have a much better musical knowledge than him, apparently.
You know, all I do is listen to musical
theatre. All you fucking Hamilton soundtrack.
It was Relax in Glee. No, it wasn't.
Relax probably was in Glee, wasn't it?
I don't think it was.
I'm sure it probably was. The song fucking Journey in Glee.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Frankie Goes to Hollywood, 1983 was the year that was released. You wouldn't tell it from the sound, but Yes, it did hit number 1 in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's a very good song, personally.
They've not done it in England.
Relax.
When you
When
want
you
to
wanna come. Good song. Question number 6. What are you on? You're on, I think, 4. 4 out of 15.
We're on the right track.
To be fair, you only need to get 3 more than last week. See,
All to play for.
see, you're recognising the songs this week
Yeah.
better than last time. It's just you're only getting like 1 point per one. That's what's letting you down.
I'm an idiot.
It's because like you get the year wrong or you get the chart wrong, but you usually get the artist.
The year is too.
The year
tricky.
isn't that bad. Like,
because if you're 1 year off,
for some of the older ones,
I guess
it's harder. Yeah, but when you come to the more recent ones, you'd think they'd be a bit easier. Oh well. Question number 6. Your song title is Timber.
Oh, another Pitbull one. I know that's 2013 by Kesha and Pitbull. Yeah, it got number 1. Oh, has he made top or flop history? Has he got the first ever 3 points?
Or is that 2 points for that?
No! What was wrong?
You got the artist right. Pitbull featuring Kesha. It did hit number 1 in the UK. However, it was released in 2014, not 2013.
You're joking.
Nope.
You're joking.
It was the end of 2014, actually.
You're joking. Cap.
No, what? I checked against the actual chart positions.
Come on.
I went on the UK official charts and got all these. So I know that these are the correct statistics. But yeah, that's 2 points. But to be fair, you're on 6 of 18.
Okay.
So that is 1 point off of your best score ever. Well, 2 points off your best score ever, but nearly tied with it. But this one, I think you might get, maybe. Question numero 7. Your song title is Gold Digger.
Okay, well, I know it's Kanye West. 2008. And it did not reach number 1.
1 point. Because...
Come on!
I'm being very particular here. So it's a little mean, but... Technically, the artist was Kanye West featuring Jamie Foxx. I did say in the rules last week you have to include any features.
Oh.
And you were correct in saying that it didn't reach number 1. It actually peaked at number 2. It spent from memory, about 60 weeks in the charts though. So it spent like over a year in the charts. And it was released in October 2005 because it came out with it's not graduation. It's the one before graduation. The Late Attendance, I believe. It was Kanye's second album, released in 2005. A lot of my favourite Kanye songs are on that album. Roses.
I can't believe this.
Hey Mama's a good one. Touch the Sky featuring Lupe Fiasco.
Comment down below if you think I've been robbed here. I've been robbed.
Oh god, I can't say that.
Take a sip of your water. I was joking about that before the start of the podcast, saying when I say something offensive on the podcast, they always have a sip of water after.
Yeah.
They do it like a big gulp.
The double gulp cup. Using the double gulp cup with a fucking Slurpee. So, question number 8. I hope you at least get some of this. Although, To be fair, this is actually the one that I think you wouldn't be able to get the specifics of.
Okay.
Because, like I said, there's two, and this is one of them, right? Your song title is The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Okay, so it's the Charlie Daniels Band. It was released in 1985 and it did not reach number one.
So close.
Oh, please tell me the
2
artist
out
was
of
right.
3.
I have it on
You
my
got
Spotify.
the artist right. The Charlie Daniels Band, Devil Went Down.
It's on my Spotify. It's a brilliant song.
What a tune, by the way.
It is.
No, it did not hit number 1. It peaked at number 14.
Okay, I'll take that.
But it was released at the turn of the decade, 1979.
Close.
So what
4
does that
years
put you
on.
on now? That's on 9 points.
Wait, did I say 1983? Or...
It's in 83, something along those. You didn't say 79. That's the important part.
I don't know if I said 9. I don't know what I said.
I said something with the 80. It was either 89 or no, on 89, 83 or 85, something like that. So question number 9. This is our latest song release.
Okay, so it's going to suffer from like
should be
the Lego Movie.
From the Lego Movie. I'll give you a hint. Not from the Lego Movie. So it's not everything. Didn't won.
Good.
If you're wondering. Oh, I don't know who sung that either.
How did that not reach number 1?
Don't know.
Everything's not awesome, clearly.
Oh, clearly, yeah. So number 9, your song title. I hope you'll get this. God's Plan.
Is it Drake? And it was released in 2017, and it did reach number 1. Your face.
So close.
Oh,
so
was it
painfully
2016?
close. God's Plan by Drake, which you got right, did hit number 1 in 2018.
Oh, I thought it was 2018, but I thought I was probably too late.
No, it was May 2018, I believe it was.
That's the trouble.
I remember when it came around. It was right before the World Cup. It started hitting the charts proper.
So
couldn't get away from it, to be fair. Couldn't get away from the song, but
I thought maybe a late 2017.
I can see the idea behind
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I can see your thought process there, but unfortunately, you're wrong. But now, you've already beaten your high score from last week. Already on 11 of 27.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad. That is not bad.
Is this the last question?
But this is our final question.
Okay.
The double or nothing question. This is the other song that I wouldn't expect him to get. However, if he does, I'll be very, very impressed. Because this is a song that even I hadn't heard of until probably a couple months ago. But looking back on it, it was all over the place for a while. Your song title, you might not know the song title, but if I sing you a bit, you might know. Your song title is 4-5 seconds.
Is it 4-5 seconds? That one?
Yes, it is, in fact, that song.
Oh, I haven't got a chance there.
Well, you know the song at least, so it's a start. He knows the song.
Lady Gaga, then. That's definitely not Lady. Pink. It was released 2010, and it did not reach number 1.
Sun is shining, I'm positive. You're wrong. You get no points for that, obviously. The answer was 4-5 seconds, released by Kanye West, featuring Rihanna and Paul McCartney in 2015, and surprisingly, it only peaked at 3rd, considering how much you used to hear it on the radio.
Wow.
Probably because
I would have got that anyway. Like even if this is Kanye West, Rihanna. Paul McCartney.
No, you wouldn't have been able to guess Paul McCartney. Because Paul McCartney, fun fact about that song, he actually, you can only hear him if you listen very carefully, because there's a part where there's like a second voice in the background, and that's Paul McCartney.
Well, he's a very quiet singer, isn't he?
He is. Well, Paul McCartney, the reason he's credited is because he sings like just that little clip, but also because he's the producer.
Oh.
Like he helped Kanye produce the song, so he's the guy behind like the instrumental stuff.
Oh, Kanye.
Kanye. Paul McCartney's worked with Kanye a lot, you know.
We gotta make a song.
They've made a load of songs. Off the top of my head, I can think of 3. For those wondering, the 3 songs are 4 5 Seconds, All Day, and what's the other one? I know it. I could sing the other song.
Okay, we're on the platform.
Only One is the other one. Only One is a very good song. Probably the last true banger. Well, no, Kanye's had bangers since, but I mean, like, it's the only true, like, emotional sounding banger he's had, I guess. All his bangers since have been, like, either absolute fucking Christian bangers, when he had Jesus as King, which is, despite what everyone tells you, still a good album. Just because it's his worst doesn't mean it's a bad album.
People just hate.
They just don't like Kanye.
God.
And they hate God as well. Well, the thing is, right?
Oh, you see, like Chris Pratt cancelled.
He's been cancelled for being a Christian.
Just let people.
Let people believe what they want to believe.
What if I said, I don't like this person because he's a Muslim? Oh, I'll be cancelled. Wait, hang on.
Ooh. Yeah, it's
Did a gulp.
Yeah, you know, one thing I will say about Kanye, a lot of people say Jesus is King is, like, by a big distance his worst album. I would agree that it is his worst album. But considering the calibre of all of his other albums, him having just, like, a good album compared to a great album every single time doesn't make the album bad. You know, his worst album is still better than some people's best album. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, yeah.
You know, like the reason people don't like it is because it's all like gospel themed, and it's like you use a lot of like choir and stuff. And I think it actually works in its favour because songs like Seller use it perfectly. But that's enough of my opinions on Kanye.
Take Me to Church
by Hosier, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the music video of that, it's about gay men.
So is the YMCA.
That is also about gay men.
And
yeah.
Montero.
That sung by a gay man.
Yeah.
It's on Roblox.
Yeah.
I've got a Lil Nas X hat on Roblox.
Surely that one was.
No, it came out afterwards.
Well, one of the lines is,
I think the only...
shoot kids in your mouth while I'm riding. People would be like, oh, why does he know the lyrics? And that's because I was forced to write them out in a book in Minecraft.
held at gunpoint.
Weird story.
To write the lyrics to Montero by Lil Nas X in a book. Okay, well, that is certainly...
I did well.
Yeah, no, you've done alright there. You got 11 out of 33. New high score set. You got 33 and a third chance of success.
You got 1-on-1.
You got 1-on-1 with me. Top or flop.
You
got a 33 and a third chance of winning.
But I'm a genetic freak.
And I'm not normal. You got a 25% at best at beat me.
So maybe I might even try.
Yeah. So, there you go. That's the flop or top or flop. Round DOS.
Around.
Yeah, there you go. Joe set off at high school. Like I say,
We'll get some.
that might.
Oh, that might. Yeah,
that might have ruined our sync. Oh well, I'll make sure not to sync it to that part. I'll hope it will be synced.
We'll just be out of balance.
Yeah, it'll just be out of balance after. I hope not. But yeah, so we'll move on to our everything else segment, which is going to become
The sauce.
It'll become a much bigger segment. Later on, as we've already explained, we're going to move wrestle into one segment a week. And we'll just come up with a new name for the podcast. So yes, what was the first Everything Else segment? The first Everything Else segment was best Disney Plus exclusive so far. So
Well,
I'll let you take the reins on.
Yes, I saw. Obviously, as I said earlier, I watched Luca the other week, which is obviously a Pixar. It's not really exclusive to Disney Plus because you can go see it in theaters. But yeah. So I was just gonna list off some of the Disney Plus things we got recently, and obviously we're gonna say if we saw them, if we didn't see them, why we didn't, and what we thought about them if we did see them. So let's start off with probably one of the first things to come out, The Mandalorian. Now, you said in the past you don't really.
Yeah, so I haven't seen The Mandalorian still. And my reasoning for it is it's sort of a bit petty. It's a bit like, oh, well, you know, why not just watch it then? And it's because I sort of just refuse to watch any Star Wars stuff now. Because ever since The Rise of Skywalker, because I think I explained it on the podcast, it might have been last week actually, I was talking about The Rise of... Yes, yeah, I talked about, because it made me really angry. Rise of Skywalker did. And I was talking about it. And since I've seen that film, it just pretty much completely put me off Star Wars. Like, the only Star Wars stuff I really care about now is the new Lego Star Wars game, which we still don't know when that's coming out. Still don't know when that's coming out, but obviously when it does come out, I'm also going to play it. You know,
Darth Vader speedrun.
Of course I'm going to play it, but I just feel like I can't trust Disney anymore with Star Wars. Because, like, Episode 7 I didn't think was awful. I thought it was just fine. I was like, okay, well, it's their first one. Give them some time, right? Rogue One I didn't enjoy very much. A lot of people seem to like Rogue One.
I like Rogue One.
I'm
Dad's
not a big
Star
fan.
Wars.
I just find it a bit boring, to be honest with you. I do like the Darth Vader segment, obviously. Yeah, fucking everyone loves that Darth Vader segment.
If you just watch like the final, like,
oh yeah, I was gonna say if you watch just
good.
the second half of Rogue One, it's pretty decent. But the problem is watch the full thing.
Yeah.
And the first half of it is
very boring.
Really, really slow and boring, and that sort of put me off. What else was there? Episode 8. I've already said what I feel about Episode 8. Ugh. Say it again. It's fucking shite.
So bad.
Solo. I don't think I talked about Solo. I think Solo is just the most.
It's boring.
Yeah. Well, like my problem with Solo is there's no stakes to it because the two characters you care about, which are well, it's like all the characters you care about, like Han, Lando, Chewbacca. You know that nothing's going to happen to them. So why should I get invested? And then, as I've already said, Episode 9 it ruined it for me. I don't think Disney have made a single good Star Wars film so far.
No.
That's my take. I don't think they've made a good film. They've made 2 okay but nothing impressive films and 3 fairly shit films, in my opinion. Well, 2 fairly shit and then 1 really shit film.
What ruins Star Wars for me is the fan base.
There's a lot. I will say for Star Wars, there is actually a lot of gatekeeping in Star Wars.
It's the most toxic community.
I wouldn't say it's the most toxic. I think there's more toxic communities. I think, to be fair, the Star Wars fan base is sort of lightening up a little bit. It was at its worst between episodes 8 and 9. because a
Yeah.
lot of the fan base were divided about The Last Jedi, where you had people who were sensible and realised that the film was terrible, and then you had I'm going to try and word myself very carefully here. The other demographic who are only there to see diversity in their cinema, if you know what I mean.
Well, there's two different sorts of Star Wars fans. There's the consumers, and then there's the people who like Clone Wars.
Me.
Well, Clone Wars, Rebels.
Oh, I don't like Rebels.
Who say like
I like the.
They say Dave Filoni is a godsend, and everything he makes is.
I don't say that. I
like
the Clone Wars. I like some of the Clone Wars. What the fuck do you know about cameras? Yeah, good one.
So yeah, the people who are like, oh, Dave Filoni's a godsend. I hate Rey. She's not a Skywalker.
Well, she isn't, to be fair.
Well, yeah, but like people who say that because.
Let's
face it, because she is a woman. They just don't like.
Yeah, no, people. I was going to say people who don't like certain characters because they feel like they're shoehorned in for diversity. Or just because they literally are, rather than they feel like they are. They literally are just there for diversity.
Yeah.
I can understand not liking a character because they don't fit.
Yeah.
But I don't like Rey because she's a poorly written character.
Yeah,
I don't not like her because she's a woman. I don't care that she's a woman. She's a badly written character. And that's why I don't like her. I like Finn.
I like Finn.
Finn could be white or black, and it wouldn't change anything for me. I think Finn is one of the few bright spots in the new trilogy. However, they don't use him after the first film. They put him in a side plot where he goes to a casino world in the second film, and then the third film, he literally does fuck all. You know, at least in the second film, he got to shoot Captain Phasma.
Yeah.
The third film, all he does is he rides like a space horse in the fucking ending scenes.
That was legit. But can I just explain what I think about them Star Wars fans? Because
yes, yeah,
I've been seeing obviously there's a new Lego Slave One set, and people have been.
It's not called Slave One.
Well,
the set name isn't Boba Fett's dropship or something.
Ship, yeah. Which they do with everything. They did it with Poe Dameron's X-wing or Starfighter, Anakin Starfighter. They always. But this one instance, they didn't call it the Slave One, and everyone was like,
yeah, everyone was kicking off.
Everyone was just like Disney. But
I think their argument is it's not called the Slave One because of the word slave.
Yeah,
that's why they complain. But it's like,
which is sensible. Let's face it.
Yeah, I don't think that's but it's like the actual canon name is still.
It's still Slave One.
The name of the ship is still Slave One.
But everyone was just like, oh, they've changed the name to Boba Fett.
Yeah, they changed to Boba Fett's fucking
ship or whatever it is.
Spaceship, yeah.
And I was like, no, they haven't.
No, they haven't. They've changed the name of the set. They haven't changed the name of the ship. They've changed the name of the set for discretionary purposes, because calling a Lego set Slave probably doesn't fly too well. That's probably why they don't release it very often, or don't release it outside of, for example, the UCS Cloud City. Because the last time we released a standalone Slave 1 set was, and then obviously they did a smaller one with the UCS set, and they're doing this one now, but this.
I just feel like there's a lot of there's
Star Wars fans.
They're not open to
change. No.
And that's why most people think that they're all racist and sexist, because it's.
Well, yeah, because they don't change.
Exactly.
They don't like to see a female protagonist. They don't like to see someone like Finn in such a predominant role. I can understand not wanting to see Rey because she's just a shite character. I think because everyone wanted Finn to be the, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think if they'd have gone with the idea of making Finn the Jedi, or because He is slightly force sensitive, if I
think
remember.
he is, yeah.
But yeah, so Finn is slightly force sensitive, right? They could have done something with that. Because, like, if I remember correctly, in the first film, he shows these signs of being force sensitive, and then after that, they don't go back to it, which is like, it's the most fucking stupid plot thing. And it's the weird thing is, right? J.J. Abrams did film 7 and 9, so he obviously included the force sensitive part in the first one.
Yeah.
But he never brought it back in the 9th one, or in episode 9. So yeah,
they'll probably explain it at time.
Honestly, at this point, we're just giving out about Star Wars. We're not even talking about the Disney exclusives.
So let's talk about more Disney Plus.
Yeah, there's the Mandalorian and there's the Bad Batch so far, isn't there?
Yeah, we're not going to talk about the Bad Batch.
I haven't seen either.
It's a bit stinky.
Yeah. My dad has seen the Bad Batch, and my dad isn't like, he used to be a big Star Wars fan. I remember, like, growing up, he was a big Star Wars, like, he was the biggest Star Wars fan, and then sort of became me. I would call myself a Star Wars fan. However, I'm more a fan of the universe rather than a fan of the films at this point. I think we've spoken about this before. Like, my enjoyment of Star Wars doesn't come from watching the film. It comes from all the stuff that surrounds it. Like, I like certain characters, and I like the ideas that the films and the universe has.
Yeah.
You know? And, like, my dad is probably a more traditional Star Wars fan. Like, he could probably tell you anything about the original trilogy, probably some of the stuff from the prequel trilogy, which is probably more my forte, because I don't like episodes 1 and 2, but episode 3, I think it was... Did we do a tier list? We did, didn't we? We did a tier list.
We did do a tier list. Well, we've talked about Star Wars in the past.
I think we spoke about Empire Strikes Back, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spoke about Empire Strikes Back, and I sort of just went, like, through a tier list of which are my favourites. And episode 3, I think I put top.
Or flop.
That's good. But yeah, episode 3, good film. If you think it's a bad film, you're wrong.
You're wrong. Well, yeah, so...
You're just wrong.
Other Disney Pluses. So let's move on to, I guess, Marvel.
So we've had...
WandaVision.
4 in total, if you count MODOK.
I don't think we'll count MODOK. We can over here. But I think if we just talk about it the same way we talk about the Bad Batch, it's not
yeah.
And
it's
it. Yeah. I've stopped watching. I
can't stand it. My brother started watching it, and it sounded like it was shite.
I was watching it, I was just like, look how good my boy is.
Yeah.
But no. So in terms of the actual MCU, we got WandaVision, which is
pretty good.
Incredible. Well, yeah. Actually, think back to it. The hype was... Well,
yeah, there was. I think that, like, the speculation...
That carried it. And I think we're getting that a little bit now with... Not as much.
Loki as a series. Don't get me wrong, I don't think it's terrible. I just think the speculation behind it's a bit over the top. Like, people seem to be expecting all sorts of shite. And
what's the one this week?
I will say, I do know a spoiler for the show, because the Lego minifigure sets have accidentally spoiled the show. But I also still don't expect a huge amount else. Like, I expect the spoiler to involve a certain actor in some way or shape or form. Have you seen the spoiler yet?
Don't think so, no.
Okay, I'm not going to say anything. So I expect the spoiler to involve an actor in a certain shape or form. However, other than that, I can't really... There's not really, like, a huge amount else I can see really happening, because they haven't really told us what's happening. Like, it's... we're up to episode 3. This is obviously... We're recording this on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday, innit?
I was going to say that.
We're recording this on Tuesday. So the new episode comes out tomorrow. So if this does end up going out on the Wednesday, it might. I'm going to try and get it out for the Tuesday. If it does go out on the Tuesday, then cool. Wednesday, well, we'll probably have seen it by the time it goes out on Wednesday. So, yeah, we're up to episode 3, and it sort of just feels like...
Can I just say quickly about the whole speculation thing? Have you seen they changed the post-credit scene in WandaVision? And everyone's just freaking out about it.
Have they?
Yeah, so they changed a few trees and they fixed some of the lighting.
Oh.
But they did it wrong. So, like, they changed the lighting in one frame, but not in all the others.
Oh.
So there's a still image of lighting, but because it pans down a mountain, everyone's just like, oh, it's Doctor Strange's astral projection. He's just coming down.
No, it's just...
It's just a lighting mistake.
Right, okay.
But it's because it's just slowly coming down, and I was just like, oh, Doctor Strange and WandaVision.
No, it's just... It's a fucking... It's the post-credit patch notes.
A little bit of light coming out.
It's the post-credit patch notes, that's all it is.
I haven't checked Soup's.
Oh god, he's probably made like 3 posts about it.
I saw a guy crying on TikTok because he made a TikTok saying, oh yeah, behind a lighting mistake. You know the YouTube channel New Rockstars?
Never heard of it.
They're a lot like Soups, but they're good because they actually go into like some science behind everything.
Oh, like the science beyond.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
And they basically just went over the editing.
Yeah, and just like...
And he was just like, they stole the TikTok. This was uploaded 15 hours after my TikTok. Do you know how long it probably would have took to make?
Yeah.
Like, that video probably took 10 hours in itself, so you probably didn't see TikTok.
Yeah.
Well, everyone was just like, so glad I saw yours first, bro. So glad.
Yeah.
But no. So yeah.
Yeah, well...
Falcon and Winter Soldier was good.
Yes, yeah. No, I enjoyed Falcon. If I'm being honest, I would say that's probably my favourite one. Because, for me, my favourite Marvel film is Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Right?
Yeah.
It's a very, very good film. But I think Falcon and Winter Soldier does a very good job of emulating the feel of that show.
Yeah.
However, obviously it doesn't do it as well. But, you know, it tries. I wouldn't say it's as good, but I'd say it's good enough for me to say it's probably my favourite one of the 3 so far. Loki, I think, is okay so far.
Yeah, it's going well so far. I mean,
I'd probably put Loki closer to WandaVision than Falcon and Winter Soldier for me. Because obviously WandaVision moved quite slowly to start with.
Well, it was more episodes, so it was definitely more.
Excuse me.
But it was yeah, there was also more episodes, so it's a lot slower.
Yes, yeah. Well, I mean, obviously WandaVision, it's 3 episodes for anything to actually start happening.
And it was just like, oh guys, there's Quicksilver in it, and oh, we'll see what happens next week, and
yeah.
And it was just it.
Whereas with Falcon and Winter Soldier, it felt a bit more like straightforward.
Yeah.
Like, felt like it wasn't trying to be too ambiguous. It was just like, oh yeah.
You could see where the plot was going.
Oh yeah, no, well, I think from episode 1 really, you could sort of see where it was going to go because they introduced the Flag Smashers in episode 1. They introduce, what was his name? Kurt. Was it Kurt?
Kurt. No, that's the actor.
Oh yeah, no, I'm thinking of Kurt Russell. Yeah. Well, Kurt Russell, obviously. That's his son, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's Kurt Russell's son.
Wyatt Russell.
Yeah, they introduced Wyatt Russell as Captain America.
John
Walker, that's the one.
That's the one.
Yeah, so they introduced John Walker in episode 1, they introduced the Flag Smashers in episode 1, and you can sort of see where it's going to go from the start. Obviously, I don't think Zemo's in the first one.
No.
Zemo's first appearance is in the
He's not
second
in the
episode.
No, he's.
So it's the very, very end of the second one.
It was. Yeah, well, he teased it.
Yeah. So, like, within the first couple of episodes, you sort of already know where it's going to go. Obviously, they're throwing a few bits and bobs, like they're throwing the Wakandans. Yeah, well, like, they sort of throwing the Wakandan.
That was a surprise, actually.
Yeah, Isaiah Bradley as well. He was, I think, episode 2, episode 3.
Episode 2, yeah.
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 So, you can sort of see the way it's going to go. Obviously, the whole thing is just building up to Falcon becoming Captain America, which obviously he is officially now Captain America.
I feel like a lot of these films are just shows are setting up new characters, because obviously we saw Walking Torres.
I think that's sort of the
Monica Rambeau.
I think that's sort of the point of them, really. Like, it's side stories for characters that wouldn't get solo films. I mean, obviously, we know now Sam Wilson is getting a solo film as Captain America. Captain 4 is slated to be released in 2 years. It's coming out at some point. So we know he's getting a solo film, but it's because of the success of Falcon and Soldier he's getting the solo film. They hadn't beforehand.
Well, I reckon they probably thought about it.
Yeah, I think they'd thought about it, but I think having seen of him as Captain America in the show, that's probably when they said.
Like, even though you knew he would become Captain America, I don't think they wanted to announce it because.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's weird, because we knew at Endgame that he got the shield.
Yeah.
So we knew that he was going to become.
Well, in the film. Yeah.
So why didn't they just announce?
Well, I think it's because in Endgame you can see he's quite hesitant to take it, which they obviously build on because he doesn't take it originally.
Well, he's just like, I'll do my best. So that sort of implies that he's gonna.
Yeah, a little bit, I suppose.
I don't know. Kevin Feige, you're a weird man.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, these Marvel shows do feel a lot like their point is to give these side characters. Well, they're not really side characters. They're not like main characters. Yeah. They're not, especially main characters. Normally, Loki wouldn't get a solo film. Wanda wouldn't get a solo film. Hawkeye's getting a show. He wouldn't get a solo film. All this kind of stuff. As much as Jeremy Renner would probably wish he could get a solo film.
I want no money. Everyone hates Jeremy Renner as well.
He's just a bit of a weirdo. There's no particular reason. He's just a bit of a weirdo.
Kill himself, like.
He did say that. I remember that.
His, get a divorce or something.
I do remember that. Yeah. So. Yeah. Well, there's not really a lot else to talk about for the Marvel shows, is there? Because there's only really the 3. Obviously, there's a hell of a lot more coming down the pipeline.
Loads of more.
Yeah. What's the next? The next one is What If. Black Widow's coming out in the next couple of weeks.
That's sort of a Disney.
Well, it's coming to Disney Plus.
Yeah. Coming for like the.
It's gonna be like £20, but
waste the money.
Yeah.
I might do it.
I'm not. I won't. Are cinemas open?
I don't know if they are over here, or where we are.
I know. Well, I know Cinebowl are open, but I don't know if that's just for bowling or for the cinema.
I don't know.
Or both. Well, I know it's open for the bowling. They are.
They are.
They are. So the cinemas are open. So actually, there's no point in paying for the Disney Plus one. I mean, if you don't want to go to the cinema because you're scared about COVID, then yeah.
Cinemas are like £7 a ticket.
Yeah, it's cheaper to go to the cinema than to pay £20.
Well, it depends on who.
To be fair, you get Black Widow, don't you?
I guess it's a better option if you like a sweaty slow boy who watches it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I don't want to say his name.
No,
You'll know. It's just obvious.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess we'll quickly touch on Pixar films, Soul, and
I haven't seen it either.
because they're incredible. You should watch.
I've heard good things about Luca. I've also heard a load of fucking that same demographic I was talking about earlier for Star Wars talking about it on Twitter and crying about it.
What?
Because they think that it's about two gay people, but the creator came out and said it's not, and they're getting angry at him based on his childhood experience. They're just mates. That's all it is. They're not gay. They're just mates.
There are times where you think, oh, was he looking at him like that? Because,
No, it's just...
but then the reveal at the end, spoil,
Yeah.
it shows why. Then,
Yeah. Spoilers. They're not gay.
Yeah.
Stop trying to make them gay. They're like
gay.
They're 10-year-olds. So why are you trying to sexualize 10?
Exactly.
And B, the creator literally had to come out in the news and say, no, they're not gay. Stop bothering me about if they're gay. It's about my childhood experiences. You fucking weirdos.
Sea monsters, infected my
I'm eating
village.
Bradbury. That's a throwback.
But I hate when people do that.
Yeah, they try and force a gender.
Well, especially with kids. Like, cause we've seen, I'm a Dream fan. Wow.
I was going to say,
I'm a Dream SP fan. And I saw a lot of the fan base doing that with Tommy and Tubbo. And
no, they do it with
very.
I think his name is George.
Well,
I don't watch any of this shit. I haven't watched a Minecraft YouTuber since like fucking 2018.
George and Dream shit.
I know
they're in their 20s, so it's not as bad, but it's still wrong.
But Tommy's younger than.
Yeah, he's
Tommy's 16?
underage. I think he's 17 now.
Yeah, there you go.
But
these fucking weirdos on Twitter.
What I've seen recently, they've been like saying Tubbo's sister's really hot, and God, you can hear it in my voice. I was like really struggling to say that. It's just disturbing because she's like 13. Yeah. Oh.
You see why I don't play Minecraft? I don't associate with any of this shit anymore, right? Because if I do, this is what I get fucking associated with.
It's fucking.
I think I've said it. I think I've said it on the before. I stopped playing Minecraft because I stopped enjoying it. That's why I stopped. That's one of the reasons why I don't enjoy it. It made me want to fucking vomit.
I mean, most of them are kids, but it's still wrong.
You're still fucking weirdos.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Anyway, I think that's really all of our Disney Plus exclusive talked about, isn't it? Yeah. Obviously, there's more exclusives to Disney Plus. Like, there's the High School Musical show. I watched it. There's some like fucking nature documentaries.
I've heard it's good.
I've heard the opposite. I've heard it's just like if High School Musical was worse.
Well, it's not.
Modernised.
It's not meant to be High School. High School Musical, the musical, the series.
Yeah.
So it's them performing the musical,
but as a TV show.
As a TV. Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah.
So
what is our next topic? Our next topic is Lego overpriced?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a simple answer. Yes.
Yeah. Right. Next segment.
No, we'll quickly touch on it. Yeah. Well, like growing up, obviously, you always love a bit of Lego, don't you?
You could get like what would be a £20 set now for like a.
Well, yeah. Well, like the battle set. If we use Lego Star Wars, then probably the one I know the most about. Because obviously, looking over here, I've got some Lego Star Wars littering my my Lego tubs.
I know.
I've also got a big.
Oh my god! When I entered this room, I was very scared that my footsteps would like cause an earthquake and just.
No, trust me, they've been sitting in there.
Destroy all
probably years at some point. I've got some like Lego Ninjago down there. Just hidden behind the Kylo Ren TIE Fighter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where my Sheldon and Len. I can see Poe Dameron there as well.
Oh, but that's...
Yeah, so if we use Lego Star Wars for an example, you used to get you still do, you'd get the battle packs. So what would come in a battle pack is like small, buildable set piece or something, like a little
Yeah.
vehicle or something,
Little
and you
vehicle.
get like 4, maybe 5 at a push minifigures, and they used to be £12.
Yeah.
They used to be £12, nice and cheap, you know,
Affordable.
good value for what you're getting. Now they're 20, and you could say, oh, it's a bit of price inflation. You know, it's becoming more expensive to make the Lego, and licensing fees are getting higher. And yeah, but like, it's not just that. That Kylo Ren, you know, if you can't see it on the screen, I'm not going to go grab it because it'll probably cause like a fucking landslide of Lego.
It's sort of like sitting on top of it.
Yeah. But there's I've got the Kylo Ren TIE Fighter set. It came out with The Last Jedi. I don't like the film, but I do like the design of the TIE Fighter, which is why I bought it, right? It had about 600 pieces, and when I bought it, it was 70 quid, which...
Pretty good.
It's a lot for that amount of pieces, but size-wise is actually quite big, because they use a lot of, like, big pieces.
Yeah. That's where they get you.
Yeah, that's where they get you, really. It's like long, thin pieces. That's sort of where they trip you up. But yeah, now a set of a similar amount of pieces probably gone up to 75, 80 for not a lot of difference. Like, obviously, it was called LegoCon the other day, and they revealed
LegoCon, what?
Yeah. Well, this the Lego. It's like Lego's E3 or something, right? Where they reveal a load of sets and.
I've never heard of Lego.
It's existed for a couple of years now. The only reason I know about it is because they were allegedly going to show off Skywalker Saga and give a release date, but they didn't. So everyone got angry about it.
Wow, I want my Lego game. There's not been a Lego game. But
last one was Lego Movie Game 2.
Come on.
Late 2019. There you go.
I've not seen
like a year and a half since. Lego Movie 2 is not very good. I watched it. It's not as good. But yeah, so Lego is becoming incredibly overpriced. Lego Technic is another one, as you can see. I've got a Lego Technic car over here. I was going to buy the Lego Technic, I think, Lego Porsche 918.
Yeah.
140 quid. For similar size to that cost me 90.
Wow.
Similar size to that was 90. Lego Porsche, similar size, probably a couple more pieces. £50 difference. What is the difference? License.
Yeah.
It's the licensing. That's the biggest problem with Lego is all these companies charge them extortionate licensing prices, and that sort of throws the prices up to extortionate amounts, and then what you end up with is a set that nobody who's, you know, they want to buy Lego but they don't want to spend too much, nobody's going to buy it. Because, why would I? Yeah. I've got this one. Perfectly fine. It's like a rally car. Similar amount of pieces and same-ish size. Cost me 90. Why would I pay an extra 50 for something that is a similar size, but just it's got a Porsche badge on it in the shape of a Porsche 918, you know?
I completely like it's just incredible like how much they charge for it, because I got the Daily Bugle recently, the new one, and I'm just looking at it
300.
now, and just 300, yeah, and I'm just like sitting there just like was it worth it?
Well, I think you can sort of say that with any UCS set though, can't you?
Yeah.
I
enjoyed building it,
yeah.
but at the same time I sort of like rushed it.
Yeah. Well, like, my problem with UCS, I don't own it, but I remember I was actually trying to buy one. Which one? I think it was the UCS It's like an old UCS snow speeder
My
that
dad's
I
got that.
tried to buy. It was 70 quid.
Mm.
It's a UCS set, but it's only like 600 pieces, which I always thought was like a bit strange.
They're all big pieces.
Yeah, and it's obviously built to a larger scale than minifigure scale. This ones are usually. Obviously, you get like the UCS Millennium Falcon, which is built to minifigure scale. And obviously the new Millennium Falcon, which is like 11,000 pieces and weighs probably the same as me. It's like this big. Like it's the size of a coffee table. It's so big.
Who's gonna buy it?
That's like £800. Fun fact: I nearly bought it, but instead I bought an iPhone 11 instead because
Smarter choice.
it's a better investment than a giant fucking hunk of plastic that's just gonna sit in my room, and I won't be able to move it because it's so big and it will break so easily. I don't have anyone to store it as well. Just have to put it like in the middle of the floor. Just have to walk around. Trip over that, you're done. So's it.
Yeah.
I'll kill you if you want. But yeah.
It's a hypothetical scenario.
Yeah.
I'll
hypothetically murder you.
Our amazing 1 viewers.
Yeah. Yeah, Lego. Yeah, like we said at the start, Lego's way too overpriced. Mix of things. I think there's licensing reasons, set production reasons.
Price of plastic now.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things. Lego, as they've said, are trying to recycle their plastic, which in theory should bring costs down. So hopefully these prices, obviously inflation's going to play a part as well, like money inflation and stuff.
Well, we've seen that Lego recently. They've been doing like plants that are actually...
Yeah, no, like Lego have been releasing a lot of sets recently, but the reason I bought any is just because it's so expensive.
Yeah.
Like, it's like I'm thinking, as much as I like the look of this set, and as much as I like to buy this set, I don't know if I can justify spending £100 on a Lego tulip. You know? They're charging like 25 quid for their mask bust.
Dream
and
mask.
No, it's like the Darth Vader one, the Stormtrooper. And I really want to get the one I want to get. Boba Fett one I was going to get. But the Boba Fett one, 25 quid from the Lego store. And I'm thinking, it's like...
Probably like that big.
Yeah, it's only like that kind of size. It's not like to scale to
someone's
actual head. That would be cool. Yeah.
Your face rubbing against it.
Yeah. It's like the size, really. And it's like, do I really want to, spend 25 quid on what is essentially just a little Lego helmet?
Yeah.
But I'm sure I'll probably buy a Lego set at some point in the future. Probably feel a bit ripped off by it, and just go back to not buying Lego again.
You can do a Lego stream because God knows I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We've already said his name. I'm sorry.
It's not happening.
I'm sorry, friend.
It's not happening.
But at the same time, fuck you.
But so now we'll move on to our...
The amount of times our friends just scrap people for Discord. It's incredible.
Yeah, so we'll move on to our final topic. Things we think are overhyped. There's a very broad demographic here. A lot of things I could
say. I was gonna do fan bases. This is the same thing I had with the Star Wars fan base. I think I was just angry at the and I was just like, yeah, the Bad Batch is very overhyped. But I was gonna do fan bases ruin things, but I think we've already done that.
We have.
It's just such an annoying topic. But yeah, so things we think are overhyped is a very,
very, very broad.
And this was also brought out by you actually, because I was thinking of your TikTok that you did. Where you said you didn't care about us.
Yeah.
Video game.
Yeah, it was Among Us. Yeah. I'm sure it's not actually a hot take now. To be honest, I think Actually, I think a lot of people probably have, but they don't really say it. I don't really like Among Us game. I think
how could we even say that?
Peter. Yeah, well, it's like Among Us is one of them games where it's like if you don't have friends to play it, I wouldn't play it. Like I would never play it on my own because I just don't. The actual mechanics of the game I don't enjoy, but having like people there, it's fun to play, like in like a Discord call or something.
In its prime, it was very fun to play like
Yeah.
public games.
My problem with it was I could only really play about 3 games and I just get bored of it.
Yeah, it's very repetitive unless you get imposter.
Yeah, if you get the imposter, then it's actually enjoyable
because you can actually play a small game.
But if you're just playing crewmate, like if you get like 4 rounds of crewmate back to back, you're gonna be fucking bored out of your mind. Like it's gonna be so painful for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm better at crewmate. You've all seen me imposter.
Yes, we have.
Oh, should we?
Yeah, so pretty much. But we'll just tell one of the stories. There's a lot.
I think I know which one you go for.
But yeah, we'll go with that.
Or are you gonna talk about the one where I accidentally bloody murdered someone?
You've done a lot of things. What was another one? You vented in front of everybody, thinking that it was a. Because you thought you were a crewmate.
I didn't.
There
think
was.
I knew I was there.
Yeah, there was the imposter. There was the imposter thing, where you. I think was it you who turned off the lights, or was it the other imposter?
It was the other
Yeah,
guy.
the other guy turned off the light, and we were in a Discord call, and we were like, "Oh, okay, well the lights have gone off." And Joe goes, "Have they?" And we're like, "Yeah." And he's like, I can't see if the lights are gone on. Everything looks perfectly lit up to me." And he's like, "Oh, it must just be a glitch or something." And we're there like, right, let's just press the button, just get him going. What was it? Yeah, and obviously you killed someone in front of everybody.
That was another one where I was like, I was trying to do a task. No, yeah. I think I just accidentally clicked it. I don't know.
Yeah, you clicked it by accident. You went, "Fuck!"
It wasn't me.
Immediately, like, no, you stink.
I was just like, go easy on me, please.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm
very bad at go easy on.
It was just the misclick.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm an idiot. All right.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Among Us was over.
So you as imposter,
I was good as imposter. I was good as imposter.
You were crewmate.
Yeah.
She'll be like, come on. Why would I?
But, no, I was good as imposter.
But yeah, so Among
good at
Us
lying to
is
people.
very over.
Yeah. That's another thing.
Sex. Funny.
Well, premarital sex.
No, that's true. Yeah. Premarital sex is pretty overhyped. Not gonna lie. From experience.
It's a sin. That's an Elton John song.
Elton John? What? Yeah. Premarital sex?
No. Well, he had a lot of that.
With men.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, nothing wrong. No.
I'm scared now. There's a lot we said in this podcast.
Yeah. Well, we have said a lot.
We're not. We said everything right. Star Wars fans are not diverse. Dream fans are.
Yeah. Adam Johnson.
That's done it now.
Adam Johnson. He's a Dream fan.
He wears a mask with.
Yeah, he wears a mask with his Sunderland kit on. Yeah. So what else?
Yeah, Dream's very over.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the things of the past year. Let's just list off Fall Guys.
Fall Guys was overhyped. Yeah. Well, Fall Guys was one of them games that everyone played for the first 3 weeks, and then after that they just dropped it completely.
Except I didn't.
Play it. He just didn't play it at all. Yeah. I remember playing it.
I remember I got my PS5. So
I was playing it with
Yeah.
Like we would play it together, and it was shite. Like we would struggle to load into games in the first couple of days.
Oh,
And then after
that's
that, you would get
probably
into
'cause
games
I'm
easy peasy because we're playing it.
Yeah.
Just nobody plays Fall Guys anymore.
After you get that first win.
Yeah, after you get the first couple of wins, you'd like, oh, sick I am.
Yeah.
And then you'll like play a bit more, and you just get put in lobbies full of hackers, and you're like, yeah, I can't be asked
There's a
for this
lot of
anymore.
factors.
Yeah.
Did you see the Callum's Corner?
I saw his Fortnite win.
No, it is first Fall Guys win where he like fucking like rips his shirt off.
Oh yes, I've seen that. Yeah,
That's
he rips the shirt off.
incredible.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
But I was following that entire saga where he just couldn't get a win.
Couldn't get a win. Yeah, no, I remember that.
Oh, yeah, right. This is another one I got to dub over. Put it in the centre of the screen. We should do one of them reaction videos where it's like we react to like King Batch lines.
Oh my god.
But yeah, well, King Batch was very overhyped back in.
Nah, King Batch was funny, man.
He was. No, well, looking back on it, but at the time, I was like, this is fucking shit.
Nah, mate, I used to love
It was him and Amanda Stern.
Yeah, there were loads of
Oh,
violence.
who's the fat little ginger kid?
Was he the Black and Other Haters one?
Yeah, he was shit.
Black and Other Hater.
He wasn't good.
How
How old
he
was
wore
he?
spoons on his eyes.
So I was thought he was like 13.
I think he was a similar age to what we were.
Well, apparently he's like 18.
Probably are.
Search up fat
sorry.
ginger Lion King.
I'm not going to search up fat gin. Just come up with pictures of Dream.
Hey.
Have it.
Yeah.
What else is overhyped? We've had Dream. You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here. You might disagree with me. Call of Duty.
No, I agree.
Don't get me wrong. I enjoy some of the Call of Duty. The last Call of Duty game I played properly was Black Ops 4. And a lot of people slandered Black Ops 4. I thought it was all, you know. I got to Prestige 3, and then I just sort of stopped playing it. I thought it was perfectly fine. I haven't played Cold War. What else have I played? I didn't play the one.
I agree with you that it's every COD fan complains it's the same game every year.
Yeah, but then as soon as it changes, they complain.
Exactly.
As soon as
overhyped.
my thing with COD was, right, my first COD game I played extensively was COD Advanced Warfare, which was the first one I got on the Xbox. COD Advanced Warfare was a very good game, in my opinion, but a lot of long-time COD fans say, oh, it's one of the worst because it focuses on like the future and it gives you like exosuit powers and stuff. I think that's something different, you know. It adds another layer of strategy and stuff, and there's like laser guns in it. You know, you got all this stuff that's like it's trying to be different, but they don't want it to be different.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they complain if it isn't. So they want it to be a little different, but not too different that it's like noticeable.
Exactly.
You know, like they don't mind it being in different time periods, as long as all the mechanics are exactly the same.
Are they doing World War II again?
Probably. They did Cold War, so they've done like the 80s.
Well, they've already done World War II.
Yeah, well they've done World War II like the 70s.
But
You know, they did World War One. COD World War One, I didn't. I played a little bit of it.
Oh, was that World at War?
No, World War One. It's just called World War One.
Was it just?
Yeah, it was just called World War One. Came out. I think it was the one, Infinite Warfare, which I also own. I bought it for. I bought the disc. I still have the disc somewhere. Because I bought it for the. It came with like a multi-pack. It was Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered. And I don't think I played any more than about 5 games of Infinite, and I just moved on to play Modern Warfare Remastered completely.
Did it also come with Stone Cold Steve Austin?
It did not come with
Shane
Stone Cold.
McMahon. Dollar bill.
To be fair, I only paid like £8
It's a very obscure reference what I'm
referencing.
but
it was like 2K20 or something.
it was a pre-order bonus that I mentioned 6 times.
Yeah, we mentioned so many times.
Yeah, he got like a Shane McMahon dollar bill and like a Funko Pop. Well, I don't think it was a lot, but yeah. Pre-order bonuses are shit. We should do that next week.
Yeah, maybe.
Pre-order bonus.
Yeah, what else is overhyped?
Smash Bros.
Smash Bros is a bit, yeah. And listen, we like Smash Bros. Don't get us wrong.
And we also let children. I mean, whoa. Hey, no, we don't.
I do not agree with that.
Oh,
for legal purposes, I do not agree with that statement.
Guys.
Yeah, so Smash Bros. I think it was the first Smash Bros game I played properly was Smash 4. I have played Brawl. I don't actually have a copy of Brawl. I used to play it. I played it at a mate's house and stuff. Thought it was okay. And then, like, when I started first becoming like a proper Nintendo fan, that was around the same time Smash 4 was coming out.
I don't like the phrase Nintendo fan.
No, I wouldn't say I'm a Nintendo fan now.
Shivers through my spine.
Because I think I've said this before on the podcast. I haven't bought a game for the Nintendo Switch since 2019. I haven't played my Nintendo Switch extensively. Like, I've played it like once or twice here and there, but I haven't played it properly since start of 2020. Like, it's been a very, very long time since I last played. I think the last time I played Switch properly was when the Byleth DLC came out for Smash. That was the last. That was the last time I properly played on my Switch. I don't even know where my Switch is right. Don't know. It's not over there, so who knows?
Yeah, Smash Bros is very
But yeah, Smash Bros. What else? I'm sure there's other things we could list. Yeah, we could go on talking about overhyped things for a long time. I think we'll sort of wrap it here. Whoa.
Wait, what?
You say Avengers?
That's the ages.
Oh, I thought you said Avengers.
I do not.
Wow. I mean, Avengers is.
Wow.
To be fair, some people do overhype Avengers a little bit. Yeah.
Also a child.
Oh.
Soups is not a child.
Allegedly.
Smash fans are.
Yeah. Allegedly. I have to say it for legal purposes.
Well, no, Soups. He has big hands though, so.
Catch these hands.
Yeah. Oh. People out there, Google Soups.
He's got a very large arm.
Look at his
but
hands.
Like, just his hands and forearms are large. They're fucking massive.
Like they could.
Like, he's got Andre the Giant kind of.
Yeah.
Huge.
He's like the Big Show, but he's like a really skinny guy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, shirtless Soups.
It's a cursed image.
What a man. He's very hairy. You wouldn't suspect.
Yeah. Oh well.
I'm getting images now.
Yeah. We'll just try and move on from this. Yeah. So there we go. Then I think that's. Then we'll leave the overhype there, and that's our final topic of the day, and that draws a close to video podcast. Guys have enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, ring that notification bell.
Do you reckon anyone's gonna like stop watching the podcast? Like they've watched all the episodes up to here and they're just like, I don't want to see their faces.
I don't think we've got enough viewers to make that decision.
No, but I'm talking about viewers in the future. Like they watch it in all. Who watches the podcast in all?
I was gonna say I don't think anyone will. No, to be fair, you don't need to. The only thing you'll need to watch it in is the Hall of Fame, which should be in 4 episodes time.
What we'll do a bet.
It'll probably only last about 3 minutes.
Not exactly, but saves people watching.
Yeah. Suppose. Yeah. I'll have to sit through it again. Oh.
I'll get it done.
Oh
I'll
my god.
I've got some free time.
Yeah,
on
yeah. To be
so-
fair, we do have free time now. But yeah.
So everyone. So
Yeah. As you can tell, I'm yawning.
go and show your support for because he's a great YouTuber and he's currently battling a brain tumor. Any support you show, please.
Mm. Well, there we go then. Like I said, like, subscribe, ring the comment bell, ring the bell, comment. Said that in the wrong order. Had a bit of a stroke there. Yeah. See you guys next week for the next episode. I don't think next episode will be a video one.
I don't know.
Could be.
No, it won't be.
No, it won't be. There you go.
Because I'll be getting my COVID job. So it depends how I feel.
There you go then. Well.
But yeah. Vaccinated folks, do it.
Yeah. Get vaccinated. Or don't. If you want to die.
Yeah. Well, no, they won't die. They'll kill
No, they'll kill the other people. Exactly. Anyway.
You're being selfish.
Yes, exactly. Well, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Trash. Absolute trash. I was disgusted.